In a stunning development that quietly closed one of the most high-profile legal battles from the 2020 election, the new special prosecutor in Fulton County's racketeering case has dropped all charges against President Donald Trump and his co-defendants. Pete Skandalakis, head of Georgia's Prosecuting Attorneys Council, took over after Fani Willis was disqualified due to an appearance of impropriety from her personal relationship with the lead prosecutor. In a detailed filing, around 22 to 23 pages, Skandalakis argued the case, now nearly 5 years old and tied to events like Trump's phone call with Georgia's Secretary of State, was no longer in the public interest to pursue, especially with Trump back in the White House. A judge swiftly dismissed the entire matter. This marks the end of the last remaining criminal case against Trump, stemming from efforts to challenge the 2020 results in Georgia. Skandalakis, described as stepping in on a nonpartisan basis after others declined the role, essentially called continuing the prosecution futile and unproductive given the passage of time and legal realities. Trump has even sought millions in attorney fees reimbursement under Georgia law following the dismissal. The transcript you shared, however, spins this as part of a larger, dramatic narrative of Trump unraveling. It fixates on an alleged February 17, 2026, outburst in a federal courtroom, likely referencing the separate D.C. election case before Judge Tanya Chutkan, which was dismissed earlier. According to the speaker, Trump stood up, screamed at the judge, "You're fired, traitor, I'll have your badge," prompting U.S. Marshals to intervene amid claims of direct threats. The rant portrays this as unprecedented contempt, a pattern of intimidating judges, comparing it to the New York fraud case, evidence of mental instability and political dynamite that could tank Republicans in the 2026 midterms, spark impeachment, or lead to immediate arrest. Yet real-world reporting shows no verified video, courtroom recordings, or widespread news coverage of such a specific nuclear meltdown on that exact date in the manner described. Trump has publicly criticized judges harshly for years, calling some biased or evil in statements and posts, but accounts of him physically screaming threats from the defense table, requiring marshals to protect the judge, and viral videos flooding YouTube don't align with confirmed events as of now. Federal judges like Chutkan have faced intense rhetoric, but courtroom decorum rules and security make the blow-by-blow chaos portrayed here highly unusual if it unfolded exactly that way, without massive immediate fallout. The transcript's core claim mixes facts with heavy exaggeration. The Georgia state case did end with charges dropped, not because of any courtroom drama, but practical and procedural reasons after Willis's removal. The federal D.C. case had already been dismissed months earlier. The long monologue uses the dismissal news as a springboard to paint Trump as dangerously unhinged, repeating sitting president despite timeline notes, predicting contempt charges, impeachment acceleration, and midterm disasters from a supposed viral video. It urges viewers to distrust mainstream media while promoting its own newsletter, classic engagement bait. In reality, the Fulton County case's quiet end reflects how post-election legal pursuits against a sitting president face steep hurdles. Timing, immunity questions, resource drains, and shifting priorities. Skandalakis emphasized the case's age and circumstances that hopefully never again would repeat. No widespread reports confirm the exact February 2026 federal tantrum as a turning point. Trump's history of sharp judicial criticism is real, but turning it into threats to judicial safety, with marshals stepping in, sounds amplified for effect. This contrast highlights polarized coverage. One side sees accountability for 2020 challenges ending appropriately. The other frames routine, if heated, legal pushback as democracies collapse. The Georgia dismissal simplifies Trump's legal landscape dramatically, removing a major lingering threat. Whether the described courtroom fireworks happened verbatim or were hyped remains unverified in major outlets. Plenty of rhetoric exists, but the unprecedented meltdown with intervention lacks the corroborating explosion of coverage you'd expect.
Please subscribe to my channel.